Hey YouTube, Michael, Sailors with Cars. Today we've got another interview from here in the shop. It's a 1969 Pontiac with a 5-speed manual transmission coming up on Sailors with Cars. Hey, it's Michael, Sailors with Cars. So it's been a while since we've done a video, so we're finally getting back into it. We're doing a weekday video, which we haven't done a weekday video in quite a while. Remember, if you like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, and just watch some videos. View them, like them, it's all good. Today we've got Jason. Jason's retired out of the Navy after 20 years. Jason, what did you do in the Navy?
I was fire controlman, SailorswithCars tech.
Fire controlman. So Jason, of course, it is Sailors with Cars. Before we get into what you've brought us up, tell us a little bit about yourself and your Navy background.
Well, I originally grew up in Pennsylvania. Wasn't really into cars too much back then. And of all things, I was watching the movie Under Siege, and I'm like, I want to be a Navy SEAL. And went to talk to my recruiter, and he's like, well, we'll get you checked out. And my eyesight wasn't good enough to do that, so I'm like, well, I still want to get out of my hometown here. I'm ready to be done. I want to go to California was my goal.
Sure.
And so what do you have as far as maybe the computer field goes? So I ended up becoming a DS, which went away in a data systems technician. And that went away in 99. And then when I made rank in 2001, actually in 99, they actually just did away with everything and crossed us over to either fire controlman or electronics technician, so ET.
Sure.
And I became a fire controlman, and my NEC went away, which is my job. So they're like, well, we have to send you back to school. And I spent another 6 months after shore duty at school, becoming a SeaWiz tech.
Oh, nice.
And from there I went to, before that I was on the Boxer, and I was a data system technician there, and basically worked on computer, basically big mainframe computers. And I did 4 years on the Boxer, the USS Boxer, and then I went to shore duty, and it was the best shore duty ever. We literally worked from 6 o'clock till 11, so I had the rest of the afternoon to do whatever I wanted. We had 2 shifts, so it was a really good, shore duty. And then from there, I went to the sea school for SeaWiz, and then I went to the USS Princeton. I was there for 5 years. Then after that, I went to TSC as an instructor on teaching public speaking. I was an instructor trainer.
Oh, really?
So, yep. And I did that for 4 years, and I was retired from there as
nice.
First class.
What year were you on Boxer?
I was there from 97 till 2001.
Interesting. Yeah, so Boxer was my last ship. That was the one I retired off of. Great. So, thank you for your service. And what have you brought us up?
I brought you my 1969 Pontiac Firebird. This is a car that I've been dreaming of having pretty much for like 25 years, as soon as I could drive. And what had happened is I had a 93 Trans Am, and I got in a real bad accident where I totaled the car, broke 5 ribs, broke my collarbone, gashed my head open on the quarter panel over there. I hit a building. I lost control and hit a building. But I look at it as kind of a blessing in disguise, because I was able to trade the drivetrain out of that car for the 69 Firebird, which it didn't run. It had an original 350 in it. You can see on the hood if you can see it in the video or not. Originally had a 350 in it, a Pontiac 350, and a 3-speed manual. And I started tearing it apart. This was in 2016 is when I wrecked my car, and then in 2017 is when I was able to acquire this. And started working on it. I tore it completely down to the body, to nothing but the shell. Replaced the floor pans, the dash, the cowl, and I was going to do everything. I wanted to do everything at once and just be done with it. But it got to the point where I just wanted to drive it. So I started putting it together, and I found a really good deal on the motor on Facebook Marketplace.
Really?
And a guy up in Temecula was selling it for, he says it was running when he parked it a year ago. It was set at the body shop. His car was a GTO, 68 GTO. And he says, I don't know how well it's going to run. And I was like, I'll make it run, $1,000 is all I paid for it. So I couldn't beat that, complete from carburetor to pan, so accessories and everything, because he's doing a complete resto mod on his.
What size is it?
It's a 400.
Let's take a look at it. Okay, so Jason's going to tell us a little about the engine. Go ahead, Jason.
Okay, like I said before, I picked this up from a Facebook marketplace. It's a Pontiac 400. Originally came with a 2-barrel carburetor on it. I put the Autobrock Performer RPM on it with a 4-barrel. I actually had a double pumper on there originally, but it wasn't tuned properly. So I put it's actually a takeoff from one of our project cars at my shop at Current Auto Performance. And put that on there. It runs great now with a little 650 carburetor on there. The other thing I've done is I just replaced the power steering pump on it. And I've done, in 1968, this motor's actually in a 68, and the car's a 69. And I converted the timing cover, if you look right here, to the newer style, which means I could run a better water pump, which is a high volume water pump. But I had to get this pulley, which is a special pulley that you can only get through like certain companies, like Butler Performance has them. And it's actually made by a company name called RAR, I think. I can't remember the exact name of it. But that was the final touch on doing the conversion. The other thing I did is, when I was talking about the most recent thing I did was the gears in it. I put some 355s with a posi in it. And the interesting thing about that is we had a 68 GTO that was owned by John Hines, from John Hines Pontiac back in the day, the son of John Hines. And so John Hines Jr. And it was a takeout part from his car because it made noise and he wanted his car to be more original. So we put an Eaton posi in his, which is what they would have came with back in the day. And he just said, well, I don't want the parts, and it worked, so I'm like, I'm putting that in there. So I got John Hines' differential in my car.
And when did you do that?
That was 2 weekends ago I put that in.
Well, and you did that in the shop?
Yeah, I did that in my shop.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
So we actually share a shop with San Diego Gear and Axle.
Oh, okay.
And Bri actually does all the work for San Diego Gear and Axle. He does the gear installs for them as a side job where he owns Current, and I work for him, and he does some work over there. So it's kind of a neat little setup we have there. And the other thing I have is I got a Tremec 5-speed in it. That was another thing. It originally came with a 3-speed with a 350 in it. And I got a really good deal on a Tremec 5-speed. And I was originally going to put an automatic in it because it was what came with it. I actually got a Pontiac 400 automatic with it, with the motor for an extra $100.
Oh, wow.
And I was going to put that in there, but I'm like, I just can't drive a muscle car with an automatic. I said, I got to have a stick. So I was like, okay, I had a 3-speed to choose from, a 4-speed to choose from. And I have a 6-speed that's torn all apart right now that I just got to put back together, and that's eventually going to go in this. But this Tremec 5-speed came into my lap, fell into my lap, and I was just like, all right, it's going in there, and now I'm getting the thing running.
Nice.
So I started doing that in February last year. I got the motor, April of last year. And by October, I was at the DMV getting it registered and driving it. So
when you do, the age of the car, you don't have to screw around with any smog then?
No smog. 75 and older, you don't have to worry about smog. So another reason why, one of the perks of having an older car, I love it. And you don't have to worry about that. The only thing is, if people want to really enforce the law, if it came with smog equipment originally, it's supposed to be on there.
Yeah.
But it didn't, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for what the motor is. I got electric fans. I did do an electric fan upgrade on it. I need to make a new shroud one of these days. I'm going to do a different radiator. But
and you autocross it, correct?
I haven't autocrossed yet.
But you're going to?
I built it to do that, and I was going to start doing it. I bought my SCCA license or membership the week before COVID happened.
Before Kung Fu hit?
So I haven't had a chance to race yet. And all the races right now are up north, so about an hour and a half away.
You guys moved it up to Lake Elsinore because Qualcomm's all shit.
Yeah, Brian's going to, I think, Lake Elsinore this weekend. He ran at Fontana for SCCA up there on Saturday.
Oh,
so
really?
he got the race. It was the first race of the season for him. But he trailered his up there. And that's the same thing I want to do is trailer mine. Because I don't want to take a chance of getting up there and something breaking. So
I hear you.
Yep.
All right.
But that's definitely the goal is, kind of pro touring, autocross, road course, just having fun with it. I love driving it, and I prefer it over anything else right now.
Cool. All righty. Okay. All right. We're in the Pontiac with Jason. We're going to go run around the block. And not sure how much you're going to hear, but we're going to go. So we're just going to go down, and we'll just go straight around back to Blossom Valley and come back. All right. So what's next for the car?
thinking some interior parts.
Really?
Yeah, I got fuel injection I want to do on it too.
I kind of like the open urban feel.
The thing I don't like about it is it rattles real bad. It doesn't have any kind of weather stripping.
Yeah.
So it gets a little loud and clunky. Just keep on going straight.
Yeah, we're gonna go straight. Have you ever taken it up to Verona and run it on the 8th mile up there?
No, I haven't. I'm not big into drag racing anymore. I used to do that quite a bit. I had an 89 Firebird that was strictly drag race, and I raced that for probably 10 years. And then it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, road course and autocross is so much better, and it doesn't cost as much money. You don't do as much damage to your car.
No. Well, my friend Sean, the guy with the El Camino.
Yep.
They raced last weekend.
This is I think the first race they did.
He was having some pretty good times with that El Camino, because that thing's just a beast. So did you cut the hole in the hood?
Yeah, I did. That's actually kind of a funny story too, because I was like looking at it, and because the intake is 1 3/4 inches taller, I had to add a 1 inch spacer to it for the spread bore to square bore carburetor. And so I'm like looking at the fender line, I'm like, man, that thing's sticking up like 2 inches. There's no way the hood's gonna clear it. So I cut the hole, I measured, cut the hole, I centered it pretty good.
Yeah, no.
And then I go to put it on, I'm like, I didn't have to do that. It would just fit underneath the hood pretty easily. So, yeah, well, what can you do?
Something different.
Yeah. We're eventually going to get one of the Trans Am Rammer style hoods on anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Will you ever paint it or no?
yeah, eventually. I got to replace the quarter panels on it. The roof needs to be replaced. And then a couple places need to be patched on the quarter or the fenders as well. And
What was the color originally,
this right here.
The orange?
It's called Carousel Red.
So
Yeah, it's orange.
It was kind of like the one that we did in the, what's his name? The guy that brought up his Camaro? The last one I did in the car. Craig, yeah. Kind of that color?
Yeah, you kind of wore that, what's that, Hugger Orange?
That car was orange.
Yep.
It was a nice color. It was really nice. Yeah. That's a nice car. It was an interesting guy.
Yeah, that car's come a long way since he got it. He's put a lot of time and effort into it, and he's done a good job with it.
Yeah, that'll keep you out of trouble.
Yep.
Damn sure. So are you guys pretty busy in the shop? None of this is going to
Yeah, we're not. We're scheduling people out until December right now.
Good.
So yeah, we're swamped right now. It's just me doing most of the work for the most part. So we got a real big build coming up for a 64 Impala. So
you guys do just engine?
we do everything but upholstery and paint.
Got it.
So no paint and body, no upholstery. We'll install. Yeah, we do transmissions. We rebuild manuals, and we have people that rebuild them automatics for us.
Bring them in.
Yeah, manual transmissions are easy in comparison. So.
Now, how'd you land that kid? That seems like a good fit.
Yeah, actually, Brian and I have known each other for 20 years. I met him through another friend of mine.
We'll go left.
And, we got to be friends, and we raced each other, raced against each other, raced with each other, back in the day, drag racing. And, I was always a fourth gen, like LT1 Camaro Firebird guy. I used to work on those, and LS's as well. Well, he started to shop, I still had like 2 years left in the Navy, and he started to shop, and he called me up one day. He's like, hey, I got this Blazer that had somebody did an LS swap in it. You come take a look at it and see if there's something I'm missing. And went down there, took it out, checked it out. I saw that the washers for the head bolts were missing. He's like, well, if you fire that thing up, the heads are going to start dancing. And some of the wiring was all screwed up. And he's like, oh yeah, thanks a lot, man. And, we talked about it a little bit. And he's about a week later, he calls me up and he's like, hey, will I come work for me? And just, so I started working there while I was still in the Navy. When I was teaching, I basically had the afternoons off, so I was able to, go in the afternoon and work.
And you say the shop's down on Prospect?
It's on Pioneer.
Pioneer, sorry.
Yep.
Where is Pioneer?
It's off Bradley. So between Bradley 67 south.
Okay.
And make a left at the second light. That's Pioneer. So
Okay.
straight across from the airport
Okay.
and the old Elkhorn Speedway.
Yeah, okay. Oh, really? Is that where the Speedway was?
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's a nice sound.
Yeah, I want to change the exhaust though, because it's dual exhaust. There's no crossover or anything. And you know, I want to dump it out the back. It's just it's another thing I just threw together to get it running. Just some straight pipes with some what are they called? Shit, I can't remember what they're called. They're thrush mufflers.
Oh, the like not the glass packs. But
Yeah,
the,
glass packs, exactly what they are.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing it up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime I get to play with my car, I'm more than willing to.
Beautiful.
Okay, we just brought the car back in the garage from running around. Car hauls ass, sounds good. A little windy, but that's okay. Remember, if you want to come on the channel, hit me up, Michael at SailorswithCars, Michael at SailorswithCars.com, the website SailorswithCars.com, Facebook, Instagram. Be more than happy to do a interview. Jason hit me up. Took 2 minutes, we set it up. I'm very flexible, especially with the COVID going on, because I'm working out of the house here. So we can do interviews anytime you want to do them. Jason, thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. And remember, hit us up next time, Sailors with Cars.